Hello traders, this is Ad Zeros and I wanted to record the today's recap. Today is August 24th. Today I had an awesome day. I made over $1,700 and I'm gonna walk you through how did I trade, what was my thought process, and it is very important for you to always understand the demand, the supply, and overall sentiments and how things really work. So I'm going to discuss some of the concepts here in my today's recap. So let's look at the first one. If you look at the uh, daily, and you can clearly see that the NVDA is just a day on the August, I think it's an 18, um, and it moved from the 400 to 510. It's a really big rally, and I was really suspicious about this rally because it's really moved too much, and I was thinking that a lot of institutional traders want to take profit. And you can also clearly see in the pre-market that, or even the after hours, if you see really here, that it made the pop around 5 o'clock, but then it has just the uh, sideway move or the downward move. It doesn't really have the momentum. I tried to make a short here on the pre-market, but it was really extended. I was just checking how does it, how the tape works, and it's very important for you to understand, the how the tape is really doing it. So I basically went short. I took a quick partials or close it. I just wanted to see how does it look like because it was really extended at the time when I entered. Uh, and I was looking at it. It was in the pre-market, which is a keep rejection, and it was really quick. If you look at the 1 minute, you see that there's a very big candle and a very heavy volume, or 2.5 million volume on the this candle, and it was really big sell-off. So really, you cannot have any entry here on the short side. Then I was looking at it and see, where would I get a short opportunity on this? And at the same time, if you look at the SPY, basically SPY was also selling off. And and if I show you the SPY, you can clearly see the um, SPY. If you look at see SPY is on the downward trend, similar formation as what we have seen in NVIDIA in the pre-market. It was just selling off. So essentially, the market has the negative momentum beginning. Uh, on today's morning, even though it looks like very positive in the outset, but the with the tape with the internals of the S&P and then NVIDIA is very weak. So what I did, I'm looking at it. Okay, I'm looking at to see that whether it's just gonna break this level, which is the 3 bar play, or the break of the first 5 minutes, or would you say the break of the first few consolidation here. So I went short here, but I thought like I didn't like it at the moment, so I just stopped it out immediately. So this trade, let me just bring it here and the pen, so then I can also walk you through my process here. So this one is basically I entered, but then I stopped it out immediately because I didn't like the price action. And then I see the rejection here on the 9 moving average. So this clearly show me that there is a big resistance on the top, and VWAP was also was close. So I went short here. I took quick partial because I know this is the low of the day, and because the NVIDIA is a strong stock, a lot of people, a lot of traders wanted to buy the dip here and see the momentum going move up, right? So usually when the stock is too strong, like the NVDA, a lot of traders have the books set up that they wanted to buy here and then see the boom, so it's a big run up. So that's why I took the quick partials. It moved again. I basically took some more off here because I was not sure whether it's gonna hold this or no. And then I took some partial here, all the way partial here. So this is was my short trade. Now, now you look at it there. It was the few, I think it's 2 days ago. when the stock has made the new high 2 days ago here. If you look at it, this was a high of 480 something. So that was my key level for myself. So I was looking at it to see whether the stock hold this level or not. Right. So when I see the stock reacted to this, let's just go for 1 minute and then you can see clearly. So if you see here, and stock came down here, break down the previous low, but then I see that, before this level is a bounce. So I went long here. I took the partials to the 9 moving averages. Then I see the drop, my entries here, and my stop loss was the low of this candle. I took some partials similarly what we have I done previously. It came down back, retested the previous one. I added into it. I partial it all the way, and then I closed my trade here. And this was just the typo, so hotkey error. So don't consider this trade. But this was my last trade in this. So, and and if you look at it similarly at the time when market was moving down, a lot of the stocks that we see in the NVDA and other stocks are, have a clear, very big momentum down. If you look at the Tesla or any other. So for Meta, what I noticed that it has the three candles and then it has a consolidation here. So I went short uh, on this trade and I took the partial towards that area. Then I saw that at the time S&P moved up. Nasdaq was really weak, and then let me just bring side by side so you can see. If you look at this S&P basically topped here, right? And then at the time when the S&P was topping, you can see here, I'm going to put it Nasdaq. Nasdaq was basically down here, right? So that SPY was on top, Nasdaq. So it's show me that this is really weak, and and uh, Meta has rejected the pre-market low, which is 298.50. So I went short here, and then I uh, took the partials on the way. So that made me to win in the Meta overall, 600, and then the long and short NVIDIA. That was a big profit. So for Tesla, I just wanted to walk you through what happened in the Tesla that I wanted to go uh, short, and let me just clean everything. So I wanted to go short here. So I went short, but I don't know what happened that uh, it immediately closing my trade. So I didn't get the right fill. And then what I really, and in the end, I would notice here is that instead of short, um, I was long. So I noticed that I was long. So I just closed the position because I was unable to understand what's happening with my hotkey here. So I just closed it. That's why uh, you see I lost basically on the both side, but it's just the hotkey errors. But what I was, initially what I was talking about that you really need to understand uh, in order to be the profitable, that how things really doing, what is the tape is telling you, whether tape is heavy, whether you see a big sell-offs, whether sell-off is happening with the volume. And I think that is was the learning for anybody who wanted to be consistently profitable. You can see the big volume coming in on the sale, and not only on the one stock, but all the market stock, the Tesla, the Amazon, the SPY, the Nasdaq. And that clearly shows you that market has really weak, really have structural weaknesses, and going along in this market, in at least in the first 15, 20 minutes or 30 minutes, when the momentum is on the profit taking, you can do that. And other thing what you always need to be very cognizant when you look at it, look at the SPY, right? So SPY was on the downward pressure in the just last few days. So we can see if I go back to the uh, look at this one. So clearly the stock was moving down, but then we have the bottom up, 1 day green, 2nd day green, the red, then green, and then gap up. So it's a really big move up from the bottom in just the 4 days, or just this week. So Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday. So when things moving so aggressively in the one direction, um, you might see some profit taking, and that's what may be happening at this point. Time will tell whether it's a profit taking or is a real weakness in the market, but that's the way you need to see the market structure. So if you look at it here weekly, uh, a very big bear, it's a bear flag here uh, in the market, right? And on the weekly chart, so it's really big sell-off, and then it's bounce and it's rejected again the same level as 445. So it really means that market has bounced, retested the resistance. Now the question is whether they're going to consolidate here, or it's just like a normal um, practice going to go up, retest it, and the next week is again make the new leg, another leg down. So that's we will need to see. That's just my recap. Feel free to leave your comments and questions, and I would try to answer if you have any question. And if you like it, please do subscribe and leave your comments and like on the video. Thank you.